This is genius.
This is Joe Rogan, and you're listening to the Gritty Bowmen.
I've never seen so many mullets in my life.
No, it's just about feeling good.
You had more chins than a Chinese phone book for a while.
Man.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah. I mean, he said, Goonies never say die. We're going.
We got this.
All right.
I was pulling the trigger, but the safety was on.
I just Randy Black Eagle.
That's it. Boom.
That's my.
That's how we roll. Just drop the mic and walk away.
On this episode of Gritty Bowmen, we visit with Matt Anderson, his wife Sharon, and Brian Fraiser and his wife Kara. This is just a fun discussion among friends. Matt and Brian competed against each other at the Enumclaw Washington Train to Hunt event, but partnered up and competed in the team event for Oregon. I have a fun time hanging out with these two couples and getting to know them a little better. Matt Anderson won the Washington Train to Hunt event, and Brian Fraiser came in second place in the Men's Open. Together, they took second place in the team division in Oregon. In this podcast, we talk about how they prepare for Train to Hunt. Both have very different preparations, but each of them have achieved a high level of fitness. We also talk about supplements, and we laugh a lot. It was a pleasure meeting their wives, Kara and Sharon, and gathering their input too. Whether you are into Train to Hunt or not, I believe you'll enjoy this podcast. At the end of the day, we're all hunters, and we have a passion for the outdoors. I hope you laugh, I hope you learn something new, and I hope you feel inspired by these gritty people.
Check.
1, 2, 3.
Brian's on.
That's a serious voice.
That's a serious voice. That's made for
Sorry.
radio.
That's made
gritty.
for
That's
podcasting. That's
How did you
good
come
job.
up with gritty?
Man, there's a room full of smartasses here.
Gritty. It's because he is gritty.
Where'd I come up with that?
Yeah.
My wife did.
Oh, you are so.
Yeah.
Oh my
She's
god.
You're
like-
like a commanding
brain.
voice.
Okay.
Dude, there's a radio voice, and then there's the regular voice. I don't know. It just happens when you put the headsets on. Usually it happens to everybody. A little bit.
I usually think I sound like a man when I talk on these things, or
You sound
hear
good.
myself.
I sound like a small child.
Yeah, she sounds like a small child.
I get that all the time.
I
So
sound like a pea.
nice-
Move
small
the mics up because I have the gain really low till they're like touching your lip. Or right. I mean, just so they're.
It's all gonna look.
Yeah.
Oh, you want it that close?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I can hear you so much better now.
Yeah, and you're just right
too far
there,
away?
like in the corner.
in
Just
the corner,
gained 10 pounds.
Like this?
putting that.
There.
Oh.
right there.
Dude, you're not
Exactly.
even close to
I can
your-
tell the difference now.
Yep.
Is that
Look
better?
at mine's touching.
Mine is actually.
Trying.
I saw you at Northwest Mountain Challenge
you
with
go.
these things on. I was
Yeah.
like, they look silly in those
Oh,
things.
dude, they. But you know what?
But they're kind of fun. I can
kinda
hear
fun.
you.
They get the job done.
We need
You might
these
need
at
to back yours
restaurants.
back a little bit.
Because I'm so commanding.
You're allowed, dude.
I figured. I'm
You're
loud
allowed.
all the time.
He is loud.
He's loud.
You might want to turn my
As
game
soon
down.
as he starts talking, it's
Yeah.
gonna get worse.
I'll touch his leg. With stop.
Which
For me to
leg?
do that.
It's done.
Well,
This is the cue
No.
for tone it down.
if he gets higher, you'll know where
Matt's
we
going
went.
to stop talking.
I'm just not going to.
I lost my
Matt and I
My-
aren't talkers.
Yeah, we're not
Oh,
talking.
see,
Phone
that's
action.
the problem. We both are. That's not
I'll
a
tell
good
your
thing.
story, Matt.
Okay.
That should be
Tell your story.
wide
So-
angle, so
Yeah.
I'll rely on you. You'll get good video.
Yeah.
Nobody watches it anyway.
Nobody watches
It's
it.
all
They just listen to it.
about the audio.
Because you have to keep your phone open when you watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Or you
mean,
can watch it on a computer and you don't.
there's a few people who do that,
Well,
but
that's my husband, so he's.
I'm gonna throw some video in here to tempt people. Video of you guys, and whatever's going on.
Yeah.
Running.
We got some video.
We do
Oh,
Yeah.
running action.
make sure I look fast.
Shots.
And make sure you show me and then show Matt. Like, look at that team.
Way ahead of him. Edit it.
Do I have any like this? Maybe we could do some after shot stuff.
I'm gonna have to ask you what it was like teaming up with Matt for
Uh,
sure.
Okay.
So let's get started.
Oh, yeah.
All right, folks. Welcome to the Gritty Bowmen podcast. We are here in. We're at the Train to Hunt event in Oregon at Cascadian Bowmen, which is outside of Eugene area, I think.
Poodle
Something
Creek
like that.
Road.
It's like 2 hours from my house. That's what I know. I follow the GPS, and I'm here with some competitors from the event and some competitor wives who. Sharon, you've competed before.
Mm-hmm.
So
Taking the year off.
there's some
season
like
off.
weird like growth.
There's some
There's a
growth
human
happening.
growing inside of her.
It's frightening.
yes. So the babies do.
November.
Wow.
Yeah.
November.
Cutting it close.
Hunting season.
It's after September, so
You know
it
what?
is.
I did draw a cow elk tag as well, so
Yeah.
I will be going.
She's gonna shoot one with her bow
August.
August 1st, before
Yeah.
she gets too big.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so let's go through this cast of characters here. We're going to start right here.
This is
This is Brian Fraiser
yep.
and his wife
Kara.
Kara,
That's my name.
not Shara.
Not Sharon.
Sarah.
Kara Frazier.
Kara Frazier.
And then we have Matt Anderson,
Which everybody knows.
which he's just
Legend.
athlete, and his
Tiny.
wife, which is Sharon.
You're close.
You're so
that's
good.
what-
You're
I get
doing
Shannon
You can cut
mostly.
this out, right?
Dude, I edit like a pro.
Sweet.
We're talking
You're good.
Sharon Anderson, and
Who's the real athlete,
the real athlete, not the poser, like
like this
Matt.
one right here.
like
No.
me.
You're the eye candy for the
Brian.
husband.
Yes, I make him
Arm
look good.
candy. So
She's my eye candy.
yeah. I wanted to get you guys on the podcast and talk to you a little bit about fitness. And the event, Train to Hunt. Would like to get some more people down here and involved in it. It's pretty cool. So you guys competed. I first met you at Washington.
Enumclaw.
Enumclaw. Did a little ditty video on that, and that was fun.
That was
That was awesome.
And watched you guys kill it. Brian, you came in behind Matt. I'm not sure
Most
how,
of the time.
Common.
I'm not sure how far it was behind, but it was behind.
I like to think it was closer than it really was.
Actually, it was closer than I thought. Looking at you,
Yeah.
closer than I expected.
It was a good
I was
battle.
telling Matt,
I'm just
you
good
can
battle.
do it, buddy, as we would go to each part.
I was just being honest. You have an unassuming look
Physique.
about you,
A physique.
but you're
I've been told this before. You look like a wiener.
Not at all. No. Yeah, you impressed me. I saw you come across that finish line shortly after, Matt, and when everybody left, if I were to guess who was going to come after Matt, because I knew Matt was probably just going to win.
Thank you.
No offense, I wasn't going to guess you.
I hear you.
I wasn't going to guess
I
you.
wouldn't guess me either.
But dang,
He works hard.
you killed it.
He works hard.
You really did.
I
You
worked hard. I told people, like, what's your goal? And I was like, well, I'd really like to win it. No one wants to go there to lose. But Matt was there.
Yeah.
And it
Right,
was
Tony.
Okay.
Yeah. So Matt, you actually won the last event
in
In
The
the-
Washington event.
In Washington.
in Washington.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
In Washington.
One Washington.
And Brian, you got
Came in second.
Came in second.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I was sitting third all the
Yeah,
time and
until the end.
Yeah.
pulled through 7 points.
Woo.
I was pumped. I was
Beast.
stoked.
And so I just kind of wanted to get you on here. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about fitness, how you guys prepare, stuff like that. I imagine your two approaches are a little different.
Very different.
Very different.
Very
Very
different.
different.
So it's cool, like people can get an idea of, what that
training.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you're kind of a fit couple. Mm-hmm. You guys are too. But this one on the end,
It's a different level.
Sharon is on another level.
She's
It's
on
just on another level. I
She
work
takes-
out to not get fat. That's a goal. That's a life goal. I don't want to be the
that's
fat
real.
wife.
You're
I
That's
also
real.
And you're
want
not.
that.
But you want to beat people.
You also like to
Well,
crush
you're not
other
doing
people.
a very good job
I
right now.
enjoy beating people. I know. I'm getting fatter every day.
She still works out.
So tell us a little bit about your background, because you're a legit collegiate athlete, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I was a college rower, so I rowed for Washington State University.
Nice.
Yeah. We did really well. We actually had the best finish in women's sports history at WSU. Got 4th place at nationals for our team.
Team
I was team
captain
captain my
right
senior
here.
year. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And then I started doing triathlons and competing. I actually qualified for nationals at the Olympic distance triathlon. I didn't go to nationals. And then I found CrossFit and then started CrossFitting and then competing in CrossFit and then I found him in CrossFit.
and that's relatively new, because
Yeah.
you guys are like 12 years old.
Well, he is.
I am much older than 12.
No. How old are you?
I'm 27.
27.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a half?
And Sharon,
I'm 32.
32.
He's
Yeah.
the baby.
I'm the baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's a cougar.
She's cougar.
Nice. Nice. So you found this guy at the CrossFit gym.
Yeah, we found
Kind
him.
of with the CrossFit gym.
Yeah.
I was coaching at a different gym, but I had a lot of friends at her gym. So
Yeah.
we traveled to watch my friends compete, and then that's
And then
when we
our
met.
coaches started
Yeah.
trying to recruit him to come to our gyms to compete. And yeah.
Yeah.
Our gym is a little bit.
We have a very
better.
competitive gym.
Yeah. so,
We like to crush other gyms and other.
yeah.
They're really nice people, though.
Yeah.
Really
Down on
nice
the
people.
Yeah.
inside.
After you get past that competitive
exterior.
exterior.
The competitive, yeah. The crushing part.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
So one thing that the only thing I really questioned about Brian here was all the kuyu. that
I
he
know.
wore. Like,
That's what I was telling him all week.
I love you,
I'm like,
Kuyu.
I don't know if I can run with you wearing the Kuyu.
My
He's
sister's-
like, I asked him, he's like, dude, what kind of, do you have any, like, what kind of shirts do you have? I was like, do you have any Kuya? I got like 20 of those. And
I'm like,
he's
well,
like,
don't wear those.
and then people are asking, are you sponsored by that? Well, I wish I was. I have enough of their gear, but
my
and,
sister
and you're
said
like in Mountain Ops.
Mountain Ops and
I have-
Sitka.
look.
Yeah, look
Sitka.
at that. Look at what
Yes.
you got him to wear
I
this weekend.
gave him that hat because
Yeah.
he needed some Mountain Ops.
He went Mountain Ops.
because we bought
I-
one Mountain Ops container to try. We didn't one.
no, we're not trying to, babe. We're in it.
We're in it
They're
for
in it.
life.
Matt's been supplying Brian supplements for
Yeah.
the weekend.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. I'm so
I'm
excited.
like, here's some Yeti.
What's Yeti?
Dude, I swear he was on it a few times.
I gave him a lot.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's cool.
It was fun.
Anytime.
So that's neat. It's exciting. You guys, obviously, you do CrossFit, and that prepares you for this event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 90% of our training is competitive CrossFit.
So going nationals as a team last year was like random.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that was like a last minute thing. Because I
Random
bought her
national champions.
I bought her a bow like
Shocker.
I don't know
April.
when it was.
It was
Yeah.
like May. She didn't start shooting until like June. And then
I did an event and I qualified.
she qualified in an event.
and then we
like,
went to nationals.
Let's just go team.
That's what happens, right? You just go to an event and
Right.
qualify.
I didn't
Some
want to go
people-
team
I
though.
mean-
Yeah.
Well, I think we heard earlier offline before we turned the camera on and started the podcast that when you go and run,
Yes.
you like to run to a level that you like to run at.
Yeah, that you're not dying.
Right,
Yeah.
and then halfway through that, you know, and then when you're done, you're done,
You
and
feel good
and,
about
and you can
yourself.
sit there and tell yourself, you know what, I'm okay. I don't have to go faster than this. This is a good
Yeah.
speed. 8-minute mile, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Sharon, on the other hand,
It's a 6-minute mile.
it's a
It's a
six.
different thought process.
Yeah.
It's a. I think she said she cannot.
I don't like
stop
people
herself.
beat- I can't help
She doesn't
it.
like people beating her.
I don't like people in front of me.
We live in a country. There's no one in front of me. I'm running faster than the cows. We are golden.
You're still not doing a 6-minute mile.
No. There's no one chasing me. I'm good.
Then if I'm running by myself, I'm running against myself.
Yeah.
I was faster than this last week.
See, I don't time myself. So it don't work.
I always
don't-
ask her, how'd you do today,
I'm like,
babe?
I
And she
think
said,
I did
I
good."
forgot to turn on my app.
didn't turn it on.
How do you forget to turn that on?
Like, I don't
Yeah,
want to
I'm-
know because I'll have to beat myself.
Right. I actually work out a lot like that. I don't really pay attention to the times or the weights, or I just.
But I didn't
Go till it's
accidentally
comfortable.
qualify anything either.
True.
True. I'm just.
Yeah.
But you weren't trying to.
That's true. Yeah.
So Brian, on the other hand, your strategy and workout routine looks like what?
You know, I hate gyms because I don't have one and I don't go to one.
And they cost money.
And they cost money and I'm cheap.
And everybody's flexing in the mirror.
I was like, and when I flex, no one's very impressed. And if
I
I,
am,
was
baby.
next to Matt,
I
it
am.
just looks silly. Oh, thank you. But I like to run. I run long distances to get my endurance up, and then I make up those circuits, the same things we do for Train to Hunt. And like this last little bit, I was terrible at the boxes, so I made myself a box and had to do that because
He was much better this time.
It was because he's like, oh, the boxes aren't that hard, and I thought they were hard, and he's like, the burpees aren't that hard. I need to do more burpees. Apparently, everything wasn't hard for him, and
Yeah.
everything was like I was dying.
Yeah.
That's
A lot of that stuff that, I mean, it's very much a CrossFit if you've been doing
Yeah.
CrossFit for a while, it's old hat. Each station, I don't get blown out at all. The stations, I rock the stations.
Yeah.
I look forward to the stations. It's
I wish
like
they
box
did-
jumps.
That's
I wish they
him.
did
That's
30
my
reps.
rest break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish they did 30, 40 reps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I could really spread the gap.
Spread the gap, yeah.
But you have to run between stations. That part's a suck fest.
Oh, see, I don't.
And see, he likes
It's
the
so
run part.
hard with this guy too. He's like, I don't like the run between the stations, but he's always faster than me. I was like, dude, I don't.
Because it's a sprint between the stations.
Yeah, it's a sprint.
For
it's
him.
not a run.
If it's a run, like you're doing 7-9 minute training mile.
Yeah.
Mile training runs. You said, but he's not doing that. I mean, the longest he's going to run is maybe 2 miles.
Maybe.
Like, how is he going so fast? Where is that coming from?
What's it like having him as a partner?
It's so awesome.
We talked about this before.
It is. I was
Did you do
stoked.
any reps on the stations?
Huh?
You just-
No, we did a 18-2 thing. So I was like, go ahead, Nate. And 11 and 12 and he's like, okay, you can finish it off. Okay. So I did 2 and I was like, okay, let's go.
So for 3 people,
That was a joke.
for people who don't know, who haven't been to train and hunt, the team event, you split the reps. So Bryce and I, my brother-in-law, we ran it. And so if you have to do 10 or 20 box jumps, you can split it. It doesn't matter. One guy can do 1,
Yeah.
and the other guy can do 19, or somebody can do all 20. It doesn't matter.
We
Is
just,
that right?
we,
you
yeah,
have
we,
to do one, I think.
You have to do 1.
You have to
Yeah,
do
you
At
yeah.
least one.
Okay,
But we
so,
just split them.
Yeah,
so
we
you
just
split them,
Everything.
which probably cut down your
He wouldn't let me do more.
I was like, dude,
too much.
That was the rule.
Too much
Oh, yeah.
ego.
I was
He's
like,
just got
listen,
have to
I'm
work
part
on
of the
humility
team. We're gonna do.
So
well.
let me ask you: is there any station at which Brian was faster than you?
Probably a lot of them. I was way faster on the shuttle. I think I was way faster on the get-ups. I probably did.
Let him have
know.
it.
Let him have it. This is his
I'm
own
just-
moment.
Way
This is his moment that he's getting.
No, that's not true. Dude.
But you were fast. You guys
We were
killed
fast.
We were
Yeah.
fast
You're the fastest time of the day, I think.
No.
for teams.
For
but
teams.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It came down to our shooting. And,
Yeah.
You know, there's bad stuff that happened. His bow
Yeah.
breaking yesterday, that was kind of a killer.
That was a killer.
And so when you're going into a situation where you're not using your same bow, that's just
Yeah. You
tough
shot your wife's
stuff.
bow.
I shot my wife's bow.
Sure
Good
did.
thing she shoots a guy's
It's a good
bow.
thing she's
She's strong.
yeah.
Yeah.
And kind of I don't
And-
know, a
yeah,
beast and
a beast, yeah.
and you can like grab her bow and use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She tried to shoot a
56
girl's
pounds.
bow last
That's
year, and it
I didn't
was
like
too
it.
short, and it was
It's no
too
good.
light, and so she
Yeah.
got a guy's bow,
Nice.
and I can shoot it.
But he
you
did
look
shoot
pretty
better.
good. Like, do you have like super short arms? You just little man.
I'm just not very big. I'm 5'7".
Are you really?
Yeah.
I've got the height in the team.
See,
But I
5'7"
also,
3/4.
but I weigh
7.5.
185 pounds.
Well, that's
so
something to say. It's like you're deceptive looking
I'm just
because
yeah.
you've got muscles on top of muscles, so that helps the
makes it look
5'7".
bigger.
Yeah,
It
makes
helps
you look-
everything.
It's true.
yeah. Like,
It helps.
We were talking.
It helps everything.
We were talking about like the meat pack, and I don't know what percentage of your body weight you're carrying. 20% or something.
no, it's way.
I'm
more
just
than-
joking.
It's
but
like
I'm carrying 66. I'm doing so much more
How
work
much do you
than
weigh,
he is.
Brian?
153, 54.
Woo!
yeah.
That's
Yeah, I have
small. That's a small
a
man right
solid 30 pounds. I'm
think that's me
35
right now,
pounds on Brian.
I was like,
See, I have to work out just because I'm like, you can't get bigger than that because I'm not a small statured
But-
girl.
So you go and hit the gym, never.
Never.
And so you run some hills, hike.
run some hills, do meat packs. I do a meat pack once a week, and
So you found though that your weakness is really on those stations, like
yeah. So I just after the first one, you have so much more to look at to say, okay, here's where I want to get better. And I didn't think I did bad, but
No.
I want to push it as hard as Matt's pushing it, and so I did it.
I think there's probably a lot of people that are listening that are sitting there saying, why does it matter if you can do a box jump or whether you can do ground overhead with the thing or whether you can do burp? How does that help you in a hunting situation? What do you say to that, Brian?
What? Going up hills, I tell everybody, even some of the guys that I hunt with aren't as in shape, is the recovery time is just faster. So I get to the top of the hill and I'm like, you're gassed going up a hill after the elk. But then when you get to the top, you're like, okay, I see them. We're going to keep going. And they're dying,
Yeah.
We walked 19 miles the last day of the season and I felt fine. I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
And those guys, they're going to have to take a they're hurting more.
Can they achieve that though, just by hiking with a backpack for training?
If they did it, yeah. If you went out and you train a little.
It's functional fitness.
So
though.
why does what's that?
There's situations like when we were hunting last year, we're elk hunting, and you hear something and you see it in the distance, and we're running through the snow over logs and through the trees. Like, you don't know a situation that's going to come up, or you're jumping over something and getting through stuff. Like, you're not just walking and hiking after something after you shoot it and hiking it down. I mean, and I got my elk last year, and I hiked up the hill. I got to ride it down the hill, like pushed it through the snow.
Because there was like a
seriously,
foot and a half of snow. So
yeah.
Sledded with an elk.
You don't know what's going to be out there. So, there's different situations that come out that helps you prepare for it. So
yeah, and I hunt with her brother. He moves through the woods like a cloud.
Really?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's terrible. He's like, what, 6 foot tall, 5'11", 6 foot, and he's got the longest legs ever. And he just like ducks around things, moves like a deer. And me, I'm trying to get through the woods, and I'm like a rhino, just crash, bang, trying to step over stuff, and I can't get my foot high enough.
What was hunting last year? What did you get last year? Hunting with my brother. Oh yeah.
Yeah. But that was like at the end of our hunt. And I was getting back to the truck and just slid down a hill, and
it's a scar.
Got a little scar there.
Oh,
we gashed it
open. A big scar.
He should have stitched it up, but he didn't.
Just duct tape.
Electrical tape.
It was, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, that's what I was muzzleloader hunting. That was right at the end.
Oh, yeah.
So when you're out there and you guys are training, I just get this a lot when I'm talking to people about fitness. I don't need to do this much exercise, or I don't need to do these exercises. Of course, all exercise helps, right? Yeah. But I feel like especially as I've gotten older, because I feel way old, there's like this whole thing where the joints start to get a little stiffer, right? And I want really good connective tissue, really good hips, really good mobility and strength all the way around. And my whole thing at this age is not to beat everybody to the top and back down again. It's to basically not get injured.
Yeah.
And then to be able to do it day after day. Those are my two big goals.
Yeah.
And so the way I work out has completely changed over the years. I used to do a lot more of what you're doing, Brian, and now I do a lot more of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It changes how you do it as you age then, too. So, like, we're doing things, we're competing right now, but as we get older, these are still things that we're going to be able to do, but we're not going to be doing it at the same level.
We're doing it,
Yeah,
So-
the volume is going to be much different.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And I find that I can go to the CrossFit gym. I can do some workouts. My volume is not at 40, 41. It's not what it was when I was 31, and not what it was at 25. And so the volume changes, but a lot of the activities and the exercises, I don't see those changing. There's just functional movement.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just functional movement.
That's like me now. I'm learning as I'm pregnant. I'm like still trying to. I should be beating that person, but I need to tone it.
I would tell her like, don't do that. Just don't do that.
I need somebody to tell me that.
Yeah. It's been a learning curve for her.
There's a competitive drive. I think it's also such a adjustment having a baby. You know, like all of a sudden you're going from being able to do all these things physically. Like now you've got this thing going on that's completely changing the game, and it's frustrating. It's just, I
I'm sure
imagine
that it will be.
Well,
it is
already
frustrating
been.
now, but yeah.
During the Open this year, we didn't know she was pregnant yet.
Yeah.
And she was getting frustrated because she couldn't breathe. Yeah. And like these workouts that she should be like 100 points further. Yeah. Crushing.
I'm still like scoring for our team, and I'm like, what
she's
is
still like the top
happening?
scorer,
Like,
but she's like, I should have
awful.
like 30 more reps. Like I can't breathe.
It was bad.
And then you found out.
And then we found out something was
and all of
wrong,
our coaches
so-
are too like, oh, maybe you're pregnant. No,
we're not pregnant.
Shoot, I am. Never mind.
You mean, oh, yay.
I mean, yes. We were super excited about it.
Surprise.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are very excited. But
We absolutely, there was no surprises with us because we told her, I mean, unlike him, I thought about dates.
Yeah.
I was like, between
But
February
he
and
said
March,
no.
if things nothing's going to happen because that means this day.
Baby during
yeah,
hunting
no,
season.
he said he would not be there. I was like, you're terrible. He's like, birthday's done.
I will.
Nope.
Hey, those are boundaries
Sorry.
you got to set at
He
some
apparently
point.
set them.
He just said that before.
Yeah, he said them before.
They didn't think about it.
No,
No.
apparently not.
Well,
It's a little-
we actually kind of, we were like, let's just get pregnant in like June, July. Like, that would be a good month to get pregnant. And then
We actually thought it would take longer than it did.
we thought it would take much longer than it did.
Put that out there.
You're healthy, fit individuals. Why did you think that?
I don't know.
I was
all
hoping
of
it
our
would take
friends.
longer.
We've never
Very,
been
very
pregnant
new to
before.
this. Very new to this thing.
We are. This is our first. Don't
Yeah.
judge us. Now we know.
Yeah. So,
So,
let's get this way.
what do you guys do for? I mean, you're kind of so young; it doesn't matter.
Oh.
What do you do for like nutrition, Sharon?
Well, we do it together. Like our nutrition is,
And it matters. I
Yeah.
will gain weight like no other. I'll put on fat. If I eat bad, I have to eat
You're
pretty
like the
clean.
snitter.
Yeah.
But we enjoy that too. And the great
Yeah.
thing is that we like cooking. We both like cooking, so we cook together. And we do like meal prepping and
Good.
stuff like that. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it helps that she's a dietitian. So
So, what do you guys kind of eat like?
chicken and sweet potatoes.
we buy
From
the
Texas
bags from
Roadhouse.
Costco of sweet potatoes and go through
Yeah.
it in about a week. Lots
no.
of chicken, lots of elk.
yeah. Lots
of veggies.
Lots of elk and
Yeah.
veggies. And we change it up and we
Yeah.
I've been eating a lot of
try different
rice
things.
lately because I've changed my diet. I think right after Washington, our team kind of got into this. We're doing like more macro based instead of paleo based whole food type. So more macro based. So I added in like rice and oatmeal and my carb intake for the day is supposed to be like 425 carbs a day, which is a ton.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never come close to that.
Yeah.
And so getting there, I had to change my diet a little bit.
You got to give some context for that though. Like, how many workouts are you doing a day, and how much time are you
Well, we
spending
do-
in the gym?
So we usually 6 days a week will be in 5 days a week we'll be in the
Yeah.
gym for 2 hours. And we'll do 4 workouts during the 2 hours. We'll do like a warm-up workout, and then we'll do some strength work. And then we'll do a Metcon, which is usually 20 to 30 minutes of anything. It's anything. And then we'll do gymnastic skills work or like just straight cardio, like kill yourself.
So you guys are like hyper.
It's been a lot of sled pulls.
It's been a lot of
lately, though.
sled pulls and a lot of
Stuff like that, which is actually good for train hunt.
We'll come into the gym. Like, I'll give you a sample day. Like last week, we came in the gym and we did a 3K ski erg for a warm up, which that's hard. It's not fun.
Yeah.
It's my least favorite thing. I used to hate the bike and the rower, and now I hate the ski erg. Bike and rower are fine, but so we'll come in and do a 3K ski erg, and then our strength was with back squats, like 5 times 5 at 80%. And then we will go and do the Metcon, which was 500 meter row, a 9 rep 225 front squat from the ground, and then 9 bar muscle ups for 20 minutes. So that was the Metcon. And then we go straight into gymnastic work, which was probably sled drags. We've been doing a lot of sled drags for 20 minutes or so.
Or lots of handstand walking and
or
stuff
lots
like
of-
that lately too. But
Yeah.
So that's kind of a sample day. And then on days where I feel like I have a lot more left, I'll do trying to do like a train and hunt workout or like just a run or something later.
I'm shocked with that routine that Brian's not beating you.
We train so much.
I am too.
Similar.
So much.
I don't even know what some of those words are that they
Right,
just
right.
said. I was like, yeah, that thing.
We couple through Mary Bell's and
handstands. I think
Suzy
I've
Q's.
never done a handstand in my
Handstand
life.
walking, very helpful for train
Very
hunt.
helpful
very helpful.
in life in general.
So most of the things we do don't help train to hunt very much.
I mean,
Yeah.
didn't you see that
They
picture?
make me heavier and slower.
Yeah. No, but seriously, there's you're really focused on fitness. You're living that CrossFit style.
Our goal is to get to the CrossFit Games next year.
Yeah.
We have a good team kind of building right now.
And you're on the team with your gym and
I won't be on the team next year. They're telling me that I'll be back and I'll be.
still gonna be
I'm like,
scoring.
I'm not.
I will
I
tell
don't
you.
think so, guys. You're gonna have to find somebody else.
Until the buzzer goes off and it says go.
yeah.
Yeah, she'll be beating them.
But still, Brian, you're right there on this guy's tail.
Yeah.
You really are.
Yeah.
And you're not doing
going
that
hard.
stuff.
No.
So you're just a genetic freak, or do you just?
Freak.
Yeah.
Is it just that they're over-exercising?
Well, I think they don't have kids yet.
I know.
True.
It's like we got two
Two.
kids. It changes things. We have to. I get up at
4:15.
4:15 every morning. And then I do my 45-minute workout and whatever it may be, and then I go off
because we try to make it a priority to be with our kids when they're up.
And how are you guys eating?
We eat pretty healthy. We cheat
Yeah.
sometimes, but we
There's
try to take out like just flour and sugar.
anything that the processed stuff
processed
is what
stuff.
we try to focus it to get out. And we're not saints at that.
So like the donuts that are in our trailer right now,
Those are a fluke.
They were for the kids.
someone put them in there. I don't know
kids.
where they came. So we don't it's not so
I didn't
strict
have
that our
one
kids
this
can't
morning.
have a fun childhood. We're trying to they see Fruit Loops and they're like, "Mom," I'm like, "Hunt when we go camping." You can have them when you go camping. So they love camping.
Yes.
Yeah, it's perfect.
But we kind of had to change things too. And I mean, when we had kids, quite honestly, I was 20 pounds heavier than I am right now, and
Wow.
I just wasn't as
He
fat.
gained the baby weight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cutting out a lot of pop and stuff, and just trying to
Clean.
eat clean, because like you said, you want to have a good healthy life and be able to do things with your kids, and so that's what working out and stuff.
What do you guys think about supplements? What do you guys do?
I used to do mountain ops. I do mountain ops. Mountain ops.
This is not a Mountain Ops plug, but I do. I am seriously curious. I didn't really start using calcium, magnesium. I take some glucosamine. I never did that until I was about 32, 33 years old. And really started making a difference at 35 to 41. If I don't take a calcium supplement, and I kind of need a good one, like a gel cap kind of thing, so many milligrams, I got it dialed in. I take fish oil. If I don't take those things, I feel it. Yeah, my knees are. I can't. I'm squatting, 400 pounds and doing a few reps at that. And when I do that, and I don't take calcium, my knees will be a little stiff. If I take calcium and I take magnesium and I take some glucosamine, I do the fish oil thing, the joints feel awesome.
Karen, I've heard all those words before. And so that's fun.
Yeah.
So
We do protein shakes.
Yeah. We do. And I think that's really been just training to hunt, because I need a little bit extra. But I'm sure that Matt could tell you a lot more, and he could probably speak about some of those words.
Yeah.
I've heard calcium before. Take it away, Matt.
Take it away.
I do protein for sure after every workout, and then I actually have been adding a carb supplement, straight carbs. It's like 50 grams of carbs.
Didn't I have one today?
Yeah, I gave you some.
I could. That's why. That's probably why I'm a freak.
Scoop.
So we try to have a carb to protein ratio
We
too.
try to
based
get
on,
our carb to protein ratio pretty high.
Kind of based on
What is it? What's your
3 to
goal?
1, really.
Yeah. We try to do
Carb
3
to
1.
protein.
So 90 grams of
Now.
carbs with 30 grams of protein.
While he's doing this macros.
High volume workouts?
Yeah.
And I'll
'cause
try
that's-
to start that.
Seems like a lot of
It's a lot of
3 to
volume.
1's a little high for
Yeah.
for me. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I don't get to the gym like that.
Yeah.
For some, it might be a 2 to 1, and then it depends on your recovery. So if you
Okay.
don't feel like you're recovering well, your body doesn't feel that good, then you can up it and do a 3 to 1. And you might be in between, actually. You might be more of a 75-30 kind of. But yeah.
So that's a must. And then before I work out, I usually take BCAAs. And ever since I tried Yeti, I've been taking Yeti because it's just so good.
Dude,
I don't
addicted
need
to
it.
Yeti. It's
stupid.
Yeah. It's
I
stupid.
just like living up here. So I need some.
This is
Yeti.
what he comes up to in Washington. He comes up and he's like, kind of like this. He's like, they're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Dude, I just like living up here." And then 4 hours later, we went. And he's like, "Nah."
No, that doesn't happen. But so
He drank more.
I didn't used to do a lot of pre-workout, but I've been doing pre-workout lately.
Sometimes he doesn't need it either, but
Yeah, I never really need it.
no.
I never really feel tired.
Well,
and
that's
I could work out without
ever.
it. But
It does. I like what you're saying.
It's a
I
mental thing
just
now.
like living up here. There is a little bit
so great.
Like I don't know if it affects everybody the same way, right? Like from most of the guys I've talked to, It does. Your experience with it is the same as mine.
Yeah.
I don't get like this
Yeah.
buzz that's like way over the top, that where I'm jittery and stuff, and then it lasts quite a long time, and I don't crash. And then when I go to bed at night, I can sleep. And that used to be bad. Like if I had a long drive and I needed to try to push it through the night, you know, I'm doing Red Bull and some Monster or something, and I would feel like crap after that. And I would crash.
Yeah.
So I drank I haven't drank a Red Bull in probably 4 years, and I drank one because we bought one because we had a long drive, and I was like, this is emergency.
Right.
Didn't ended up needing it. I felt fine the whole drive, and then we got home and I still had it, and I'm like, I'm just drink it. Like it was early morning, and I drank it. I felt so terrible all day. I'm just like, I am never drinking energy drink
It's like
again.
if you drink soda now and you don't ever drink it.
Yeah. And I used to drink them all the time when I was.
You know, we just had Heather's Choice on the podcast. She does the backcountry food and does a lot of paleo type styles, and her ratios are more on the paleo side. You know, more
protein,
ketogenic,
less
and
carbs.
very
more
low,
fat, a lot of fat,
and we did some taste tests, my buddy and we talked about it, and when you're eating the food, I said this comment on the show. I was like, if you really eat a lot of McDonald's, you're not going to like this. Like, you're really not going to like this food. And so a few people have bought the food and reported back, like, I love it. But there's been a lot who've reported back, I can't eat this stuff. Well, I did 2 or 3 bites and I can't do it.
When we cut out sugar for the most part in our diet, that was one thing we noticed. Like, just food started tasting different.
Yep.
And I think if you maintain that, then food just tastes different because it's not artificial.
That's where I feel like I can't eat the other foods because they're so sweet. And I've been low sugar, low carb for so long, low compared to the standard American diet.
Yeah.
I'm still eating, if I'm working out at the CrossFit gym, I'm still doing, 200 to 300 carbs if I'm really blowing out a heavy workout, which is more than I would normally eat if I wasn't exercising like I am. I'm not doing 450, but
and that's not really normal.
425.
Yeah. That's been the last.
That's just been the last month
couple
or
months,
so.
maybe month or two. Yeah.
And I mean, it was crazy because I've always been more of that paleo side, the high fat.
Yeah.
Like 30 kind of my macros, and and my carbs all came from like veggies or sweet potatoes, and then I started doing this macro diet with the high carbohydrates and low fat. That first 3 workouts, I came back, I was just felt so strong. So strong.
And when you're talking about those macros, you're talking about
fat, carbs, protein. Yeah.
Yep. Fat, carbs, protein. Those 3 things.
And so usually I was always really high fat, more the paleo type.
Yep.
And then kind of high protein, and maybe the carbs are just a touch lower. But
as you've increased the carbohydrates, your performance has gone up.
Strength.
Or do you just feel better?
You felt better for sure that first
performance
week
has gone up for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like a light switch.
You hear that a lot.
As soon as I started eating those carbs, like that rice and that oatmeal and the post workout 90 grams of carbohydrates, it just was like a light switch.
Yeah. I've noticed that when I cut it out, though, like the less sugar, way less sugar, that I just feel better all the time, every day. And then when I do eat food that's got all that sugar in it, I can't eat it anymore. And so my palate has completely changed. So
it's the source of carbs. Yeah, you have to
it's the
change.
source of carbs.
Yeah, you got to be eating the right stuff. I mean, you could eat 400 grams of carbs of junk, but it's not going to make you feel good.
Soda.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're not going to feel good.
You got to eat clean.
And it's got to be, I mean, you got to time it right. If I woke up and ate 300 grams of carbs in the morning and it didn't work out till that night, it wouldn't work the same.
Nothing is more awesome than blowing yourself out in a workout and then consuming carbs after that. There's just something awesome about that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
to eat. Yes.
So you can eat that.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I'm working out right now, because I'm eating more.
No, but and so anything else that you like to take or use? Do you do calcium and any kind of?
There's not.
You just get it from your food?
Supplements, yeah. I take. I mean, I sometimes take a multivitamin, but I just not.
I chew the
not
gummy
consistent.
things.
Yeah.
He takes our kids' vitamins.
I think those cause cancer. I would look into that if I were.
Everything.
I do
causes
agree with the
cancer.
glucosamine, though.
Yeah.
Especially as you get older and you're noticing joint pain and that sort of thing. I definitely think that glucosamine is a good thing for people to take. I would agree with that. And
yeah, it's been awesome. I definitely
yeah.
Running down. If I ran down that hill more, I'd be taking glucosamine. That thing was.
I love the stuff from Costco, the liquid stuff, and I don't absorb some vitamins that well, like harder pills. So I like liquid when I can get it.
You do an omega-3 fish oil, a liquid one every now and then.
One. Yeah.
And then
I do too.
Yeah.
I do like Green Pastures.
I bought it for
cinnamon
her.
tingle.
I bought it for her because she was pregnant.
That's right.
And
All right.
It's really good for the baby.
That's right.
I want to thank you guys for coming on the podcast. We're going to go find out what the results are right now. They're trying to wrap us up so we can get out there and see who won, who lost, and we're going to get the results and see how you guys did.
Right.
See how you did.
Thanks for coming on. Yeah, see how I did.
Rough weekend. Let's hope.
See how Gritty did.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Stay gritty.
Thanks.
This is Ty Stubblefield, and you're listening to the Gritty Bowmen.
Gritty Bowmen.